that all people are on the same page. There is no identification of problem. Many and more projects are getting failure. Okay. There is no proper documentation. And because of these many failures and these many reasons, business analysis stream will come into existence. And origin of business analysis stream happens. Okay. Now let's first see what is a business analysis. So business analysis is a set of tasks, knowledge and techniques that require to identify the business need and determine the solution to the business problem. So business analysis is going to communicate with the stakeholder. He is going to collect the requirement from the stakeholder. And after that, he is going to do the elicitation, or you can say the research of the requirement. And from that research, he is going to prepare different solution for the business requirement. Some basic set of questions that PA is going to prepare in the mind, that why we need to create this software, what is the ROI that is going to be generated after creating the software, and how it is going to helpful to the stakeholder. What is the ultimate goal of the stakeholder and why this software is going to be created. Okay. All that analysis, business analysis is going to do it. And once that analysis has been done properly, BA can provide the proper and best solution for the requirement of the customer. And the ultimate goal of the business analysis is what the customer has asked. What is the customer expectation that should be achieved? Second, business analysis is going to fill the gap between the requirements that has been shared by the stakeholder or customer and what is going to be end result. Okay. So the requirements that should be aligned with the strategic goal of the stakeholder. Okay. And the project should be successful. That is the main priority, requirements and goals of the business analysis. Now let's see what happens if business analysis is not there in a project. As you see on my screen, so in the first diagram, in the first image, you can see that what is the customer expectation that customer has explained. Now might be there are chances that the project coordinator or project manager or any team architecture lead who is directly communicating with the customer, they understand the requirement like the second image. Okay. Now when they are passing that requirements to the analysis and to the programmer and the designer. Okay. So information will be changed whenever the information will be passed to the different team. So here you can see that the requirement is missing, requirement gap is generated. And if you see in terms of documentation, so here if you see how it has been documented. Okay. And when the result, when the customer will see, like here in this diagram, here in this image, you can see that how customer receives the output. Okay. And how the customer has been billed like this. So what happened, like whenever what the customer has explained, what is the customer expectation that has not been achieved. And there might be a chances that a project is going to be failure, or might be a chances project is going to be delay, might be a chances that customer is not happy. So because of this reason, business analysis is actually very important in each and every project. Okay. So in each and every project, business analysis should be there. So business analysis is going to communicate with the customer. He is going to collect the requirement from the customer. He Business analysis will do the proper analysis of the requirement, and then he is going to prepare the different mockups. And once the mockups has been created, BA is going to communicate with the customer, and he is going to show those mockups to the customer and will take the approval on the mockup. And once the mockup has been created, BA is going to prepare a different documents. BA is going to prepare a BRD document, that is a business requirement document. SRS document, that is a software requirement specification document. Requirement traceability matrix document. BA is going to prepare a different diagrams like use case diagram, activity diagram, sequence diagram. With the help of this diagram and the documentation, all your team member will be on the same page. That documents and diagram will be helpful to the stakeholder so that he can review all the requirements once and he can give the confirmation. And this documentation and diagram will be helpful to your all the different team members, your designing team, development team, messaging team, project manager. So all your team member will review the documents, will review the diagrams, and those will and all your team member will be on the same page. So benefit is quality of software that has been produced and what customer wants that has been achieved. And there are very less chances that the project is going to be failed. That is the reason that business analysis is actually very important in the project. Okay, and in each and every organization, generally BA is associated with the project. So now next our slide is what is the latest trend in the business analysis. Okay, so according to the US Bureau, okay, 19 business analysis job has been increased 90% by 2022. And at this moment in the current market, 30% job has been increased for the BA. Okay. And business analysis is most popular and demanding job at present. Business analysis can work in different domains. Business analysis can work in IT industry, insurance industry, civil industry, banking industry, finance industry. So for the business analysis, various domain has been available. Okay, and if you have seen the last few years record, whenever the recession has come in IT industry, business analysis job is not going to be affected because business analysis has different option available. BA can work in other domain as well apart from the IT industry. So BA can work in the finance industry, HR industry, banking industry, medical industry, insurance industry. So the concept that how the BA is working, like BA has to analyze the requirement, BA has to prepare a different document, BA has to help organization to improve the quality standards and to achieve the stakeholder expectations. So that will be the same if you go into the any other domain. The only required thing is specific knowledge of the domain, like basic knowledge of the domain that should be required. So as a part of the syllabus, we will cover the basics knowledge of the different domain as well, like what should be covered in the healthcare domain, what should be covered in the finance and banking domain, what should be covered in the civil domain. So those basics of the different domains, so that we will cover. Here, if you see in this just a second slide, you can see that what is the job ratio and the growth potential of the BA. So here different other different other roles of jobs are available. And if you see, business analysis ratio is 7.7%, which is parallel to the programmer 8.4%. And compared to any other job role, business analysis ratio is higher. And The advantage of business analysis is he can work in other domain as well. So whenever we have any recession, so that is not going to be affected to the business analysis. So from this diagram, you can very well see that how the business analysis job is popular, and nowadays for the employees, business analysis is actually very demanding job. Okay, and employees are looking for and their career in the business analysis. Now let's see what prerequisite is needed as a part of the training. Okay, who should plan to join this training, and what prior experience is required. So to become a successful business analyst, no prior experience is required. Okay. Anyone who is a fresher or they are working in the different domain, they can come, they can join this training. No IT professional experience is required. So if they join this training, as a part of this training, I am going to cover all the different topics theoretically, and as a part of practicals, so all the practicals topic like how to create a different document, which are the different tools available for the drawing, how to create a different diagrams, all the different use case, activity diagram, sequence diagram, I am going to cover. Okay, I am going to take two live project examples and the case studies, so that after completing this course, you have the complete idea about the business analysis, how business analysis is working. That live project experience you can share in your resume as well. And when you go to any organization, you can easily crack the interview and you can easily work into any IT industry. No prior experience and IT experience is required. Once you join this training, you can very well learn the complete business analysis process and you can easily work as a successful BA. Some other target audience like sometimes like quality assurance, testing, developer or system analysis, those job profile users like after 2 to 3 years of their career into the development and the testing, they generally interested to switch their career and expand their role into the business analysis. Okay, so those target audience can also easily come and join the business analysis training. The advantage for them is they are aware with the IT organization and IT industries. So they can also become a part of this training. We are going to see the complete all the theoretical topics of business analysis and all the different topics of practical as well. So they can join this training and they can switch their career into the business analysis. Okay. Now here is one diagram that I have taken from the INTI. So here you can see the salary criteria of the business analysis. Okay, so you can see what are the different salary criteria for the junior business analysis, senior business analysis, and average national salary for the BA is 14% higher than the other job posting. Okay. So from this diagram and the previous that we have discussed, what is a business analysis training, you can very well came to know that what is the demand of the business analysis field is and why the business analysis is actually very important. Okay. Now, what we are going to cover as a part of this syllabus. Okay. So the training will be the 4-week training program and it will be interactive session and 1 hour session daily. Okay. On a daily basis, once the lecture will be completed, I will provide you the notes so that it will be helpful to you for your study. Okay, and after when the practical topics start, we will do the daily. I will daily give you the homework as an assignment. So I will give you the assignment. Once you complete it, I will review and we have the QA session, and we will see the summary of learning, what should has done, what should has gone right, and what should has not gone correctly. Okay, and where you have to improve it, and which are the different areas that needs improvement. So we are going to cover the two live project. So from the starting, like how to collect, I will become a customer for you and I will give you the requirements to you. So how to collect the requirement, how to create different documents, BRD, SRS, requirement traceability matrix document, how to create different diagrams like use case, activity diagram, sequence diagram, fishbone diagram, and what different types of tool that needs to be used. So that first I will show to all you people, and then you have to do as an assignment for that two live project. And once you will complete those assignments, you have to submit those assignments, and then we will have a QA session. Okay. And last, we have a guidance. We will do the case study. I will help you to prepare the resume, and I will help you to prepare the mock interviews. So what general questions will ask if you go for the interviews? So that preparation, we will do it together so that it will be helpful to you to crack the course. Now, let's see the road training and roadmap, like what different topics I am going to cover. Okay, so first, like we will start with introduction of the business analysis. What is the business analysis role? What BA has to do? What BA has to do? What are the business analysis skill set? What is the core knowledge set that is required? Okay, so here is a complete syllabus, that introduction for the BA. Okay, what is the project scope? What is the scope creep? How the IT hierarchy in the organization? Okay, what is the role of business analysis? Next, we have a SDLC process. So in each and every, so that we are seeing as SDLC process, that is a software development life cycle. So each of your project will pass through that SDLC process. And as a part of the SDLC process, we have a different stages: designing, development, requirement, testing, maintenance. And what is the role of BA in each process, that we are going to see in the detail. And as a part of the SDLC process, we have a different methods and models that are available based on your project, based on your requirement, and based on your stakeholder company, and you can decide the correct model for the project, and that needs to be followed. So we have a different methods like waterfall model, sequential model, both are the same model, iterative methodology, RUP model, spiral model, agile methodology, scrum methodology, fish model, V model. So all that different models we are going to see in the details. Okay. After that, we have six knowledge areas. Okay. How to do the planning, how to do the management, what is the requirement elicitation, requirement communication, requirement documentation, how to do the validations and solution assessment. So all those topics we are going to see in the detail. And then we have a requirement analysis process, how to collect a good requirements, what are the different types of requirement, functional requirement, non-functional requirement, how to gather the requirement, what are the different parameters of requirements. So all those topics we are going to see in the detail. Now from this onwards, the practical topics that has been started, like how to create SRS document, BRD document, what is the FRS document, what is the requirement traceability matrix document, what different tools required to create that document. So those we are going to see in the details. And once we will see all these topics, I will give you the case study. I will share the requirements with you, and you have to work on that requirement. You have to submit that documents to me, and then we will have a Q&A session. Some basics of OOPS concept that is helpful in the IT organization, like what is the object-oriented concept, what is polymorphism, to all those, to how MVC architecture work, what is a two-tier and three-tier architecture. Those are the general concept that has been used in any of the programming language. Like if you take a .NET, Java, C, C++, same concept has been used. So we are going to see the overview of all those different concepts. You don't need to, as a BA, you don't need to go into the detail and you need to define it, but you must have the basics idea of the OOPS and MVC architecture. So those we are just going to see that what are the different topics and how it will be helpful. Now from this we have a practical topics again. What is the UML? What are the different activity diagram, sequence diagram, use case diagram, mockups? All those diagrams, how to create it, we are going to see in the detail. And then we have BPM, RUP, and RAD. So those topics, when we are going to see in the detail, it will be more clear, like business process modeling, how the process will go further, what is a racial unified process modeling. Okay, some tools companies are using as a part of the RUP. So what will be covered in that? So we are going to see in the details. Okay. Now, what are the different software servers and different types of servers? So how that needs to be used, and what is the role of BA in the UAT testing. Okay, so that we are going to see in the detail. After that, some of the software testing criteria, like what is the testing, what is how to write the test plan, test cases, what is the white box testing, black box testing. So we are going to see in the details so that it will be helpful. If sometimes there is a need, you have to help to your software testing team members. You can very well do it, and you have the idea of the software testing different topics. After that, change management process, like if in a project, if any change come, what is the reason for that change? Okay, how to handle the change request, how important the change that needs to be considered, what is the acceptable change, and at what level we have to accept those changes. So that we are going to see in the detail. Some of the project management topics, like how to how to prepare a timesheet, what is a Gantt chart, how to prepare a project charter. Okay, because sometimes as a BA you have to help to your project manager, so you must have idea regarding all those different topics. So those topics we are going to see in the details. And with the syllabus, the additional features will be prepared, the resume and interview preparation. I will help you to do it so that it will be helpful to you. So that is a complete course outline. So if you guys have any questions,